conquered the whole thing. Well, when they came in, they sacked Jerusalem, and they sacked the temple. King Herod's palace at that time, formerly the Temple of Solomon. But they didn't get everything, because the Jews knew what were happening, and they took everything they could and they buried it under the temple in a series of cave systems and stuff, and they carefully hid it away from the Romans. But the Romans nevertheless got a good portion of it, maybe even half or something, but they got a good portion. And what did they do with it? Well, they took it as booty back to Rome. 400 years later, Alaric the Goth sacks Rome. And again, as the way it happens, they took everything out of there. They took what the treasure, half the treasure of Solomon, and they took it back to their home stomping grounds, which was where? The Languedoc region of southern France. And they hid it in the cave systems down there. And this was both the wealth, treasure, and particularly the information and knowledge that was passed along to a group of people that became known as the Cathars. And the Cathars then were a thorn in the side of the Roman Church because they had straight information. They had information that went contrary to what the Roman Church was trying to put out, and that's why they never went along with their program. This, of course, gave rise to the Albigensian Crusade, where the Pope sent a papal army through the Languedoc region and murdered everybody that was suspected of being a Cathar. That's where the expression got started, by the way, when they besieged the town of Béziers. They sent a message back to the Pope and said, how are we going to know the Cathars from everybody else? And the Pope is supposedly told him, he said, well, kill them all and let God sort them out. And we've heard that same quote. I heard that during Vietnam. You know, how do we tell the VC from the Vietnamese? Kill them all, let God sort them out. So this, but they didn't, obviously they didn't kill all the Cathars. Some of the wealthy families there in southern France were Cathars. And they knew, because they had access to this knowledge, that the rest of the treasure of Solomon is buried over beneath Herod's palace in Jerusalem. So they fomented the Crusades, ostensibly to retake the Holy Land, but in reality these French families